How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massive Beer Reviews, back with a little bit of a twin elephant up in this piece in the form of their Neon Groves. I want to say Neon Grooves so bad, I don't know why. This be a pale oat flaked, wheat flaked, dextrine, Nelson Sauvin, Enigma, and cashmere hopped English ale yeast. Where's the ABV on the sucker? 6.8% double dry hopped American India Pale Ale. Comes courtesy of my boy Keith, aka Mr. 93 Lumber. Go check him out. Spell out 93. Don't use the digits. You won't find him that way. He dropped off some beer. I am going to review it. It's the circle of beer life. Label-wise is awesome. Looks like kind of like a flower, a black hole, or black hole of a flower. Neon Groves. Groves. So I like it. And beer-wise, it looks like a big, rich hazy. It looks like it's only a little bit in the sweet direction because of how dark that orange gets in there. But the head is nice, kind of just south of khaki. A little bit neurotic this on top of a uniform kind of creaminess. A little bit of rocky edges, a little bit of soapy edges. And like I said, it's got a little bit of darkness to it. It makes me think this is coming off a little bit sweeter. We'll see what's what. Let's get a nose. Man. Knee-jerk was mangoes. But it's citrus leaning. The biggest part is the citrus portion I show here. But it's like almost like a mango orange, mango grapefruit, mango medley between those two things. It's not like an individual kind of fruited portion of the hazy show. It's very much cohesive and not much as far as bittering goes. It really does smell like a to the T New England style hazy, in that it smells like a drop out all bitterness beer with that rich kind of fruity, juicy part of it on the other end of things. Could be a little bit different in the taste, but so far a nice little rich sub 7%, a little hazy. Let's dive in. Cheers. So, you know how I knee-jerk mango? Yeah, I should have just stuck with that, because that's what it is in the taste. All the mango are belong to us. You know how I knee-jerk said, look at it, it's going to be sweet? Fucking wrong. It's not sweet, and I love that. And it actually has this nice kind of little bit of almost like British style kind of like bittering to it. A little bit of tannic tea-like kind of bittering, which marries really well with that kind of mango. I actually like that kind of juxtaposition between that English kind of bittering and that fruity juiciness. And it really does have a soft dryness. And this is hyper fresh. This is like a week old. I really enjoy this beer, actually, quite a bit. It finishes drier than it does sweet, which accentuates that kind of English tannic tea-like bittering. But when you have that kind of mango portion of the show on the other end of things, which it's not even close to being overly sweet. It's not sweet even generally. I like that play. I don't think a lot of people will dig this beer because it really does have this, every sip I take, it's a little bit more kind of like wet tea bag kind of bittering. I like that. What is that? Is that the cashmere? Could be Enigma too. And then Nelson Sauvin, I've never showed like that big mango portion, but I'm assuming that's what it's coming from. But I dig this. So they're talking about an English ale yeast, which could be London 3, I assume is what they're using. But it does come off as almost a English influence kind of new school kind of hazy. The way the bittering comes off, the way it finishes fully attenuated to where there's not much sweetness to it. But when you add that kind of little bit of a plot twist with that big mango portion of the show, I think it's really fun, but not just really fun. Unique. It's not like I haven't had something in this kind of wheelhouse before, but it's very few and far between. And when it's done this way, and then where that fruit portion of the show is that robust, the beer is that drinkable. It's got a nice soft mouthfeel. It's not watery soft, but it's drinkable. And finishes right, so it's not overly sweet, but you get that classic bitter kind of teabag bittering you expect in an English beer with those super new school kind of mango vibes. I think it's something that makes me happy. Might not make everybody else happy, but it makes this dude happy. And it's my show, so I'm a happy camper. I dig this. Listen, I've said it at the beginning of this, and I've said it in previous Twin Elephant beer reviews. I just dig what they do, and this is one of the main reasons why I dig what they do, because they just do such a fun take on the beers that they do. Not all hits, not all misses. A lot of, left and right and, stuff that doesn't necessarily wheelhouse for me, but this is definitely one of those beers. It's delicious. It's absolutely delicious. I want this on cask. Let's put it that way. I want it on cask. I think it would be absolutely stellar on cask. But yeah, great beer. Anyway, let's talk about it. Is this one of the better IPAs I've had as of late? Yes. Very close to Mount Rushmore status. And again, I want to preface that with, I don't think this is your typical Haze Boy hop thought kind of thing. I think if you're looking for new school juice in the typical way, you might be let a little bit down here, because I think it gets a little bit too tannic tea-like in the bittering. But I think this is one of those beers where an old school head drinks this and then they go, okay, this is one of the Hazies that I enjoy. So I think that's where this one lands. Value and availability, no idea. Keith, let me know what's what. Mr. 93 Lumber, and leave you with, if you like what we like this beer. If you like new school hazies, but you also love ESBs and English beers, you'll like this one, because that's how it comes off for me. So there you go. Review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers. If you want to check me out doing the social media stuff, Beer Massif. If you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a little Twin Elephant right now. Hopefully see you next time. Cheers.